complete different story here. Let me get to this story. A Harvard professor calls out university's exclusion of white males in scathing public resignation. Rob, I believe you have a clip on this. If you do, please go to it. Watch this, folks. Very, very interesting on what's going on. Rob, of course, we won't play the whole clip because it's 3 minutes and 54 seconds, but we'll play some of it. Go ahead, Rob.
Harvard professor says he is leaving the university after 40 years, claiming its focus on DEI is doing more harm than good, writing, quote, "In the fall of 2020, I came across an outstanding prospect who was a perfect fit for our program. In past years, this candidate would have risen immediately to the top of the applicant pool. In 2021, however, I was told informally by a member of the admissions committee that, meaning admitting a white male, was not happening this year." Harvard alumnus Shabbos Kestenbaum joins us now. Happy New Year, Shabbos. Thanks so much for being on with us.
Happy New Year. Good to be here.
So the professor writes about this seemingly open anti-white, anti-male environment that has really been growing in Harvard. As an alumnus, is this something that you have experienced? Do you agree with what the professor wrote?
Certainly, I agree with what the professor wrote. It's shocking, but it's certainly not surprising. I mean, a country that does not teach about its own history is certainly a country that does not have much of a future. But honestly, my greatest concern is the greater societal implications and the greater societal ills, particularly the demoralization of young people in America. So when you have cultural elites or professors who insist and instruct young people that their culture is not worthy of preservation, that their race is something to be apologetic over, that their history is not worthy of scholarship, then of course those young people, particularly young men, will become disillusioned and disassociated with the society they're meant to be interacting with. And we need to be very clear now that we're in 2026 that...
Tom, thoughts?
So this is a professor, Dr. James Hankins, who had been at Harvard for 40 years and who finally had just had enough. And 40 years, and if he was 24 when he got 28 when he got his doctorate, so he's probably late 60s, maybe 70, and he's saying we've had enough. And one of the things he said is he talked about DEI, and he says we've abandoned merit in favor of diversity quotas, which changes the way we conduct our affairs and the qualities that we deliver. He's saying it. He's now saying it out loud, saying, guess what? You know what? We get away from merit. This is where it goes. And what's interesting today, there's a Wall Street Journal story that is today on the front of the Journal that talked about that merit is making a comeback as we come into what will be the spring recruiting season. Is that there are companies that were saying it does matter where you go to school, and we'll be recruiting and looking for merit, and we're looking for kids on merit. And actually, there is McKinsey gentleman that was quoted in the article talking about looking for merit, not just at Ivy League schools, at other schools, but actually stepping back from the schools where DEI does not give them, hey, we're going to come on campus to recruit. They want to recruit strong people based on merit. And so I think this is a tip of the iceberg moment. Harvard's going to circle the wagons, and they're going to shut everybody down, and they're going to tell everybody to knock it off, because Harvard is still doing this. The Supreme Court case that was against Yale has teeth, but they're still doing it because you've got generations of these DEI leaders, Vinny, that are still in there. Just like Venezuela, you got to get rid of a few guys, and you need to put new leadership in. It's going to be one step at a time. But what's interesting is this actually got play from the mainstream media talking about it, and then it's actually being set out in the open, and I'm glad to see it. But it's only one small step. There's a long walk. There's going to be a Batang death march to rid the halls of the DEI and get higher education truly back to
what's going to happen to James Hankins? How will the market treat somebody like a James Hankins?
Well, if he's put himself in a place to retire, then the market can't do anything to him. He can just retire, and he doesn't need it. But I believe there's going to be folks out there that want to hear from him. I believe you're going to have a publisher will ask him to write a book about his experience. I don't think he's going to be welcomed with open arms, and there's a lot of people that are going to want to stab him in the back for what he did. But I think there's going to be some people out there, a few of them, that are going to try to help him. But I think obviously, as he walks away from Harvard, he's done with that. But I think it's going to be, there's going to be some islands out there.
Listen.
Someone I think will want him to tell his story.
Yeah, I mean, for him to be able to say what he's saying right now, you got to applaud him. Respect to him on what he's seen taking place. For someone at his caliber, Adam, if you have any thoughts on this, I'll come to you, and I'm going to the next story.
Well, it's been no secret there's been an attack against straight white men in America for over a decade, you know, AKA the patriarchy. It's all a farce. So, you know, back in my days when I was doing a lot of manosphere content, we talked about the red pill versus the blue pill.
I thought you were going to say something.
Where do you think I
else.
was going with that?
No, I thought you were going to say, like, you know, there's been a major attack on straight white male. And I thought you were going to say back in the days when I was a...
Back in the days when I was
white
not
male?
a straight white male.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go
Yeah,
somewhere. Go ahead, keep going.
All right.
But
Is this an announcement?
No,
He made it a long time ago, but keep going.
So my girlfriend will disagree. But
Say hi to Fred.
The reality is
Biz doc,
can we
not
stop?
Biz doc, right? Biz dick.
Yeah,
but
okay. Can we stop
Frisk.
with the nonsensical freaking debate of what's better, capitalism or communism? Is the fact that we're still having this debate in life, in campus, are we really playing this game? Is this really what we're doing? How many times have you talked about, the campus? We're having a debate, guys. What do you think is a better socioeconomic system? Capitalism or socialism? Which one is it, guys? I don't know. Can we stop the freaking nonsense? Meanwhile, capitalism might not be the prettiest system. What did Churchill say? It's just, it's the second best out there. It's better than everything else. So yeah, it might be ugly, it might be messy, but at least it's in your face, it's competitive, and it's an example of how countries thrive. What examples do you have of socialism, Marxism, or the warmth of collectivism, put a nice little communist blanket all over you, that have worked? Why are people fleeing Venezuela? Why are people fleeing Cuba in rafts? Right, Mikey? Why are people doing this? Why are people fleeing these Islamist nations? Because it's not good to live under. And the fact that Harvard still indoctrinates their kids under this Marxist critical race theory, DEI bullshit downstream of Marxism, it's just, they're still doing it. And it's just different languages. In some cases, it's economic communism. Sometimes it's social justice warriors. You're producing nothing. You're producing people that just want to destroy the system. The greatest country that's ever lived. We're indoctrinating these young kids to go out there and protest on behalf of Maduro, on behalf of Hamas. It's so stupid. This is why when I was arguing with Stephen A. Smith, he goes, "You can't call them stupid." I go, "Yes, I can." Because they're stupid. They might be able to read and write and do arithmetic, but they're stupid. This is why they call them useful idiots. So I'm so sick of what's happening in the institutions of higher learning, indoctrinating our kids to hate America. That's what this all comes down to. How many of these people come out and graduate and be like, "I love the USA." They hate America. And let's just stop with the fucking debate. Sorry about the language.
Let's wrap it up really, really quick. There's something got updated on Wikipedia that was not in my research. He is going to the University of Florida, where he will be the Hamilton School of Classical and Civic Education at the U of F. Yeah. And that's where he is going to go, apparently.
To the free state of Florida.
That was not in the research earlier. The nice thing about it, Harvard takes an L and somebody else comes to Florida.
Think about that. Imagine going from Harvard to University of Florida.
What's wrong with the University of Florida?
No,
it's the
nothing.
number 7 public university in the United States.
I'm born and raised in Miami. I went to Florida State. Half my friends went to UF. It's a great school, but it's not Harvard. But it just shows what the professor goes, "I can't take this woke DEI nonsense. Let me go to the free state of Florida where there's just rational, moderate people." That's what this comes down to.
I had a call with a senior partner the other day at BCG. And they do around $15 billion a year in engagements, whatever the number is. It's a big company. Top 4. Would you say top 4? Some of you would even say number 2 behind McKinsey, right?
Okay. Exactly.
And I said, so what is your recruiting process? Is it still the same process of wanting Harvard, wanting all these guys? He says, "Man, we're having more experience recruiting some guys that are coming from smaller schools that are competitive, top of their classes. They're more scrappy. They're willing to work harder. Some of these guys that are coming from Harvard and CD schools, some of them are more entitled. They're expecting not to eat this. They want this. They want that. It's changing. The market's changing. It changes in a long time. And let's see if Harvard's going to be able to maintain their prestigious name that they've had all these years. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. I've been getting a lot of Monex about people talking about what they want to do with their culture in 2026, going into 2026. And for us, it's very clear. If you want to find out how specific our culture is at Valuetainment, we went from having 9 employees just a couple years ago to now having nearly 160, 170 employees, full-time employees here on our campus here. Our culture deck is public, available. You can go purchase it to read through, and it tells you exactly how we do everything, how we do our calibration, what we stand for, what we do, what it takes to get promoted here. If you've never had one of these, you can go pick one of these up. Last time we did this, it sold out literally in minutes when it was gone. It's $19.99. Go get it. Read it for yourself. We even went to a company the other day in Arkansas. We were looking at them. Their entire code of honor was pretty much every single thing that we said except for one of them, and they had it in their front lobby. You can obviously go out there and change it up and do it for whatever you want to do with your company, but this could be a way for you to get some ideas for your business going into 2026. So go to vtmerch.com, Rob. We can put the link below as well for people to order. Culture Deck available for anybody to purchase. We'll ship it to you all over the world. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.